This is the Australia we love to marvel at. A vast, varied, and peerless continent. Australia is one of the most biologically diverse countries on the planet, with more than 378 species of mammals, 828 species of birds, 300 species of lizards, 140 species of snakes, and 2 species of crocodiles. But it is also a country with one of the world's highest rates of extinction. Even just in terms of mammals, approximately 40 species have been made extinct over the last 200 years. Long before this season's fires started, the IUCN had listed 302 species as endangered. And now scientists estimate that more than 1 billion mammals, birds, and reptiles have been affected by the current wildfires. What kind of impact will this devastating event have on the decline of species? How will Australia's wildlife diversity look when the fires are all out? Australia's latest wildfires started in September 2019, hitting the southeast and eastern sides of the country hardest. In Queensland, New South Wales, and Victoria, millions of hectares of land have been burnt. Koala habitats are among the worst affected areas. Koalas live high up in eucalyptus trees in bushland and forests, making their homes in the forks of the branches. When they aren't dozing or sleeping, which they do for 18 to 22 hours a day, they're busy eating gum leaves. But this tranquil life has come under threat. The recent bushfires have had a severe impact on the koala population, with estimates that more than 8,000 have been killed in northern New South Wales and as many as 30,000 on Kangaroo Island. This mass mortality has heated up an alarming process that had already been going on for decades. The koala population is experiencing a rapid decline. A recent World Wildlife Fund report from November 2019 points out that the wild koala population in Queensland and New South Wales fell from 326,400 in 1990 to 188,000 in 2010. This is a decline of 42%. The main reason is that habitats like these forests are destroyed by land clearance, deforestation, and climate change. The outlook is grim. Koalas will become extinct in the wild in eastern Australia by as early as 2050, and highly likely by 2100 if deforestation and other threats continue. The recent bushfires may just have pushed that extinction timeline up even further. Another part of Australia where bushfires are fueling the decline of biodiversity is Kangaroo Island. Fires have raged across nearly 50% of the island, destroying the habitats of various species, including the Kangaroo Island Dunnart. Conservation and foundation communities are desperately looking for support to avoid the extinction of this marsupial. With a population of fewer than 500 before the fires started, the Kangaroo Island Dunnart is considered one of Australia's most endangered species. East and west of Flinders Range Mountains lives a species that is more resilient to the fire. It lives underground, the wombat. Wombats are some of the world's largest burrowing animals. They are equipped with powerful limbs and short, broad feet, and they dig with all 4 claws at the same time. During a bushfire, their burrows are a safe refuge several meters underground, and not just for wombats, but also for other animals made homeless by the fires. Even if they do escape the flames uninjured, the surviving animals face 3 major challenges. The first is to find shelter. Secondly, they've got to avoid predators like feral cats and foxes. There's nowhere to hide in a burned, barren landscape. And third is the major challenge of finding food. This last test has been too extreme for the brush-tailed rock wallaby that can be found along the Great Dividing Range from southeast Queensland to western Victoria's Grampians. It's been starving in large numbers. Wildlife officials have been airdropping carrots and sweet potatoes into their fire-ravaged habitats, which might have been crucial for the survival of these animals. The Australian wildfires have left reams of sad stories about vulnerable and endangered animal species in their wake. This brings us back to the question at the beginning of our story. What impact will this devastating event have on the decline of species? One answer comes from a group of leading Australian scientists. We estimate most of the range and population of between 20 and 100 threatened species will have been burnt. The full extent of the damage will remain unknown until the fires subside. Looking to the future, experts believe it will take years for some animal populations to bounce back from the fires, and environmental recovery efforts may take decades. For now, the challenge is to protect the unaffected areas of forest habitat and try to save as much as possible of what remains.